In this video, I'm going to show you, I'm actually going to give you essentially my $20 million ad structure. I call it the Rage Against the Machine. I've been using this ad structure for so long, for 5 to 6 years now. The first time I started running ads in 2019, and I believe around the end of 2019 or 2020 is when Facebook introduced CBO. And for some of you guys that are newbies here, CBO is basically the Advantage Plus campaign budget. And what it does is basically auto allocates the budget to different ad sets. That's what it does. And Rage Against the Machine pretty much just exploits the crap out of this CBO. And yeah, I'm just gonna give it all to you for free. And I do have the one-click install. If you check the description at the end of the video, just make sure you watch this video first before you go and get that, because then it's not gonna make any sense. So before I get into the meat and potatoes, I just want to address a few questions that you probably have right now. Who am I? Can you trust me? Am I legit or am I a fraud? Well, you shouldn't trust anybody on the internet, but instead of telling you or asking you to trust me, let me just show you some of my case studies for the 6 to 7 figure clients that I worked with over the last 6 years. Feel free to pause at any point in time. I'm not going to go through the specific results here. And a shameless plug, I do have a done for you program. Okay, and if you book a call, we can talk about any of these case studies here. These are some of the ones that I can actually show you. There are a lot with other ones that I cannot show you because of strict NDAs. I can't show you the dashboard. But again, if you book a call, I can definitely walk you through the offer, the ads that we ran, and some of the meta strategies and the specific tactics and hacks. So yeah, back to the video. So let me back it up a little bit. If you're a newbie, this is probably going to be a little boring, but it's the foundation of all of this stuff, how this whole thing works at a fundamental levels. If you are a veteran media buyer and you've been running ads, I've been running ads for 6 years, but if for some of you that have been running ads a lot longer than that, like all the way back to 2015 or 2012, 2011, when Facebook ads used to be dirt cheap. Yeah, you would have figured that we had to test a lot of things. Okay, so essentially the way that I see running ads is I break it down into 3 different phases. The first phase 0, this is when you are in a fresh account and you have absolutely no data, no pixel, no nothing. You don't have any proven ads, you don't have any proven ad sets, no working audiences, nothing. So this is where you would start. And what you're doing here is you're split testing a bunch of creatives plus the audience combo, and you would do a bunch of these. Okay, you're gonna have multiple ads and multiple ad sets doing testing for these 2 combinations. Okay, now if you've found a creative that works, you want to take that, okay, and then move it to phase 1, where you essentially take the winner creative and then split test that, okay, the proven creative, and it's split tested with new audiences. Okay, new audience 1, and then the same proven creative plus new audience 2. So you could test whatever, right? However many audiences that you want. And then for phase 2, you're pretty much doing the same thing, but you're just taking whatever proven audiences that you found, and then you split test the creatives, like new creatives. So that was it. The only issue with this methodology is that it takes a lot of money. It costs a lot of money. So let's look at so this is my Beatmaker kit offer in the audio low ticket space. So I ran this campaign the old way, and as you can see, I'm split testing a bunch of interest stacks. So interest stacks here, and then some more interest stacks over here. And I spent a lot of money just to find one working, actually 3. I could just optimize these 2 here, but I found one that works, okay? But look at how much money I had to spend just to see which audience actually work. And so, yeah, I mean, it's all good, you get good ROAS. And by the way, this is just from a $27 front end offer. There's no upsells, no nothing. So $10 CPA, $16 CPA, right? These 2 I could definitely scale to $100, $200 a day for sure. And this one as well, if I just optimize it a little bit. And so essentially what I'm saying is, these are profitable. If I had like the upsells and the backend and stuff, these are profitable. And you can run ads this way. But again, you're spending quite a lot of money to test these audiences, and it doesn't have to be like that anymore. In 2026, you can literally just bypass these process. You can skip these 2 phases completely. Okay, let me show you. I just launched this new campaign 2 weeks ago, and I don't do any audience testing at all. Like, it's completely open, like wide open. So let me just show you. And by the way, this works for any offer. It doesn't matter if you're doing lead gen for brick and mortar, if you're doing e-com, if you're doing info product stuff, if you're doing webinar or like high ticket call funnels. It works for everything. I've generated over $20 million in combined revenues for my clients. Okay, and I've done that for so many niches, and I can tell you that I've been using this ad structure forever. So let's go to the audience here. I'm not doing any rigid targeting at all. Like, it's completely wide open. I just choose the US for the country, and then I don't even touch the age. Okay, it's just completely wide open. The only setting that I have is for the exclusion. Okay, which you should do as a tip, you should always exclude anyone that has converted. Okay, because you don't want to shove the same offer to the people that has already pulled the trigger and opt in or purchase or book the call or whatever. So just by doing this, just by using this new structure, this rage against the machine, I've been able to drop, like, look at my CPL. So for this campaign, I tried doing it the old way. I did interest stag still. I look at my CPL, it's what, $12, right? And then look at the CPL here, 4.5. Okay, I'm locked out of my go high level right now, but basically these are great leads. Okay, I've doubled verified them. So basically go high level automatically verifies all of the emails opt-ins to make sure that I don't have any bounce issue. And then I triple verify it, as in I manually verify it myself. I go through the emails, and I've seen a lot of familiar names in there, right? Like apparently some of the biggest coaches in the media buying space have seen my ad. That's crazy. And I didn't expect the ad to go to those people, right? Which means working really well, which means accessing high tier auctions. Okay, and if what I'm saying, all this stuff that I'm saying is confusing, don't worry about it. Okay, it's so easy. Again, I have the one-click install for you in the description, where you can essentially just come here, import ads in bulk, and then choose file. Basically, it's a CSV file, and then you can download it and then import it into here. And then just like that, you'll have the same structure that I'm using right here. And so yeah, so here's how the structure works from a high level. Essentially, we have one campaign, one ad set, and one ad, but it's a DCO ad. A DCO ad is basically where it's one ad, but you can choose to include multiple variables. Okay, so in this case, here's what I suggest is you should have 3 headlines. If you're doing low ticket stuff or you're doing lead gen, I always go and test images first, and I like to do 4 images, and I like to do 2 body copies. Okay, now you can obviously do 4 headlines, 5 images, even better, 3 body copies, whatever. You can do videos if you want. It's totally up to you. Okay, but the minimum here is you want at least three headlines. Okay, you want at least 3 to 4 images and two body copies, which is exactly what I have for this campaign. I actually want to show you, but I don't want to dox myself. But yeah, give it a try. Download the structure, and then there should be a lot more instruction in there, the nitty-gritty of how it works and how to set it all up and how to import it, how to use it. It's all in there. It's in the description. Go ahead and download it. But anyways, I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, go ahead and drop it in the comment. I'll do my best to go and answer as many of them as possible.